So let's just start with introductions. I know we may have met before, but my first name is Shalini, and that's how I like to be addressed. Shalini, last name pronounces Upadhyaya. I'm a biology faculty here. I'm about 18 years at Reynolds, and my office is at downtown on the 6th floor. So that's a very high location and visible, so I love it. So yeah, and AI became my to go project, even being in biology, because we've been using AI with everything. I've seen those cats sitting on those Zumba, the vacuum cleaners, that's an AI, right? It helps us. Our cars are AI, our airplanes are AI. So I wanted to see, in education, how it can help me first. And as I started to learn, I'm like, great benefits. I said, that's got to be shared. So then I reached out to Dr. Jackson and I said, hey, can I do something? And here we are. So that's my little brief introduction. And should we start with you, Natalie? Would you like to share a little bit more?
Sure. My name is Natalie Belko. I've been here at Reynolds 2 years-ish, almost 2 years in the fall. I'm fairly new to AI. I've started playing with it. Mostly, how can it help me be more beneficial in my my workday, my workflow? My colleagues are still they're still a work in progress. So right now, the other 12 of them still do not want any AI and any assignments or anything like that. So I'm working on them slowly but surely, hopefully.
Very good. Would you kindly remind me of the discipline that you teach?
Oh, nursing. Sorry.
Nursing. That's okay. Nursing. Great. Okay. Well, welcome to Reynolds. 5th floor. Yes. Great place to be. Yes. So welcome to Reynolds, first of all.
Thank you.
And second, I'm so glad you identify. So we will kind of find few ways, at least one of them may be of value, and then we built upon that to you. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you.
I
could use more help with prompts.
Prompts. Yes. Very good. Yes. Thank you. Alrighty. Officer.
Hi, my name is Will Polton. I'm one of the police officers here on campus. I'm also a graduate student in the School of Education at VCU. So I wanted to jump on here, learn a little bit more about AI. I've been using it at work to help write reports and fix grammar errors and stuff like that. But I'd really like to know more about how I use it in a classroom going forward. Have a little bit of experience watching some students use it to cheat, but not a whole lot of experience using it proactively in a classroom with the students.
Right. Very good. Very good. Thank you. So it seems like we all are learning, right? We have had these expertise of you're an officer already and you are in a nursing field, but here you are wanting to teach your students, yourself, and your colleagues. So great. First of all, we want to make sure if you're using a free version, just opening ChatGPT or Gemini and putting whatever you want to know in there, or you're using it via a Reynolds email account or your own Gmail, student information should not enter. Ethical repercussions to you directly first, because a student can come, and then institution, right, in itself. So you want to make sure is ethics is number one, is there is no protection. Those rules are still being written to say, okay, who was on the right or wrong. I always seek help. I can copy and paste, but I remove what information needs to be removed, right? That's number one. Number two is when you are putting the information, and if it is a paid account, in the non-paid, information doesn't stay, you lose it. Once you close out the browser, it's lost. In paid or the institution access account, information on the left-hand side will be stored there, right? So here's something that I also look for you to consider. I'm a biologist or, by trade. I care for the human life. I care for the quality of human life. And with that comes is how much energy can we learn to live with comfortably and what unnecessarily we don't have to, right? So if you wrote a response to email, chances are you don't need it again. Go ahead and delete it, right, on the left server. And I'll show you in a little bit too. And the reason being, if it sits there and you don't need it to revisit it, it 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 generates, it has to be on some server eating up energy, taking up those big electricity and stuff and all that. So just to kind of keep that in mind, right? Because we are here for our next generation, and we want to make sure we hand them a planet where it's not, it's seasonal, whatever it's supposed to be, wherever you are, and plenty of electricity to go through. So those are my two pleas. Just remember the ethics and consider the quality of life. So let's go ahead and start with is, so what I did this morning is I'm going to show you, and give me a couple seconds just to share my screen, is I am also working as an instructional designer. This AI learning led me to that confidence that I design courses very well, right? And so I'm working on becoming, just kind of working on some courses. So I'll show it to you. And this is outside my discipline, so that would be beneficial. So you should be able to see my Reynolds screen right here, right? So what I did today is I'm kind of working on this computer course, right? Not my expertise, but the beauty is that I took a week, the content, and this was the content right here, designed very well. It kind of says what the description is, real world. Then you go on to, and this will not take this way next. Yeah, you have to go to the modules here. Then it takes you to your next lesson, which is more than likely, Natalie, in nursing, you may use this third-party application for them to do simulations and things like that, right? So again, same thing here. It takes you to a simulation, and students do it, kind of reads them their rights, what's here and stuff, right?
Yes.
This is all good. This is all good. It works, right? But our goal is for the courses to be student friendly while giving us less chances to receive those little emails. So when is it due? So how much it is? So what do I do? Oh, I missed that, right? So taking that in mind, I went ahead and I designed this, and I put in this number 1 right here. And when I said information that was available to me, right? All this came from ChatGPT. Okay. So I went ahead, and if you look at right here, this is what I started today. And in my library, there's one thing. Everything else I kind of deleted because I really don't need it right away. And I just kind of keep giving it prompt. It's kind of went fast over here, right? I had the learning outcomes. I'm like, let's see what ChatGPT. So I said, refine the following. ChatGPT is a response to what I'm asking. It doesn't know that I teach at Reynolds. My student body is this. So it is going to work off of what I ask it, right? But I need to know where its limitations are. So first I just refined it. It kind of took it right here and kind of arranged some words. That's great, right? And then it says, if you want this in a student-centered or outcome-based. So that's what I said. I said, yeah, student-centered version, right? I keep refining that. So then it gives me that student-centered version. Okay. And then I kind of starting to build, I'm working on the same. I like this. This is kind of what I'm thinking, say you will be able to identify and whatnot. And now I needed a reading to go with it. In the current course, there is no reading. And a lot of times that happens, because we're trying to reduce the cost for our students and provide them with the free or low cost sources available. But at the same time, I don't want a reading that is not peer reviewed, that is just out there, who knows where, when it was published, right? So first I started with this was my main prompt right here, peer reviewed reading suggestion in the alignment of above, right? So it has these CLOs right here. I gave
Can
it
you
the
show me
prompt.
Can you show me your prompt screen?
Let me see. Did it not switch over? Let's see.
And are you using ChatGPT or Microsoft
Yes.
Copilot or?
Yeah, ChatGPT. And it's the paid version. See, the lower paid version, there's one really high, lower paid version. And since I'm doing the school work and I don't do anything personal work here, I have associated this to su256@email.bccs, right? I want to have that transparency to my institution so they can have my back I'm working for them. I don't put it in here if I'm writing an email to my, I don't know, a friend, and I need to define that. I don't know why would that be, but personal things don't go here that I have personal email for. Okay. So my prompt literally started out since I was working module from the start. I first wanted it to know that I needed to refine my learning outcomes. And then I wanted a student center. So I taught it. What you will give me has to be student center, right? It knows that. That's how smart it is. I don't need to talk to them. So then I have this student center. And now I need, again, a student center being the key right there, a peer-reviewed reading suggestion in the alignment of these above, right? It gives me right here title, authors, what is the source. It tells me freely available. And the reason it tells me freely available because I have fed it earlier. I only would like what is no or low cost with a preference. So it knows that, right? I can unteach it. That will take few prompts, but I don't need to. And then I also need to know, because for the course design at Reynolds, students will ask, why am I studying this? I already know about it, or I don't need to, we need to provide that rationale. Now, I could read the whole article. I know what this is about. I can write that rationale. It's going to take me about, hour and a half to 2, or I would have to print it, I have to highlight it and stuff, right? Here, why it aligns. It knows that's what I always ask for it. And it already gave me that, right? So what you were asking, Natalie, the more we can build the layers, just doing even a trial an assessment or a goal, is going to know what you want and then start aligning that. So your proofreading gets less and less. It's still there, but just not as big, right? So provides, now it aligns in-depth accessible explanation of computer OS, including file system. That aligns with my learning outcome, covers topics, desktop, servers, and mobile. Those are the 3 learning outcomes on top, and real world example, because that's what the long-term goal for the course is, right? And I can access it here. I do take it and access it to make sure it's accessible, allowing me to, with my ResearchGate account, allowing me to download it. I downloaded it free, created a link in my course for this, right? Put it in my Canvas. All this was done in less than like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so this may help with course design here as well. Now it says you want mobile specific or server focused reading as well. No, I don't need to break that down, right? Rationale right here breaks down. An article link, not the whole book. Earlier, it gave me a whole book link. I didn't want that. Now it gave me articles. So ResearchGate, and I can go ahead and get this, right? Publication, because I have fed, I don't want anything before 2019. It gives me further down right here. So this is kind of a really good way in a graduate school if you're working on a paper, or in a classroom if you're starting to build that lesson starting from scratch. You need those learning outcomes. And I know in nursing, your learning outcomes, you can't change them. They are, related to all the other statewide and all that. So this may be of a great help. Start with one, or send me 1 or 2 and say, hey, what can you build this for me? And I will align it in a module and copy it over to you. Okay, something to consider. Yeah. So then I have it right here, right? So, the reason this first article, I'm asking provide a statement to tell the audience the reason first article should be read. And, so this is kind of just for my reading right here. It has my learning outcome. Now I needed to build a discussion board, right? We can tell students to go ahead and discuss it. Grading is very hard because you said, I agree, I disagree. Not enough. Provided the prompt and instruction, and this is beautiful thing it gave me right here. What's the overview of the prompt? This is the prompt reflection, and that is the purpose of a discussion board. In your initial post, all this ChatGPT wrote. Describe this example, how you interact, identify those are measurable learning outcomes. It knows I want measurable, understand is not a measurable one. And then it gives me instructions. Initial post this much, replies to classmate, and keep the tones positive. It goes in the discussion board, right? Less than 2 minutes to kind of get it done. First time it may take you 5 minutes, then just kind of reduces the time right there. And then I also wanted a rubric, right? Institution is asking for rubric. Students are asking for rubric. So I take that and I'm going to build it into Canvas. I'm going to keep that as a backup, as a desk, copy of it in my Google Drive, but this will go into the rubric there, Canvas. So when I'm grading it, if I see, the communication and stuff and all the well organized, not whatever, I can go ahead and give points right there. The student knows exactly why they didn't get what they did and whatnot and stuff. It'll like to format this to Canvas, export into a document. See, if you wanted a Canvas QTI file, it will format it for you. I didn't want to do it because I kind of wanted to have a copy of it on my Word document as well. Tweak it, just kind of review it. I'm going to go to work and kind of, print it and just kind of make sure everything is alignment, because I need to build it into Canvas. I don't need a zip file or anything, right? So
And
yeah.
as far as you know, there's no way to upload this file and have Canvas make it that that electronic rubric, right?
Not for the rubric, but for the quizzes you can.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Quizzes you can. I've tried that. So yeah. So this is, again, we're kind of going the same thing right here. So then what it was right here is that simulation, the SimNet, they're going to this McGraw-Hill thing, right? It knows about SimNet. I asked him, I said, provide a blurb why students should complete the SimNet simulation on the topic of this right here. And it tells me why they should. That can go right before that little quiz or outside simulation, cadavers or, syndavers or whatever they may be working on in your instance. Go ahead and provide that, right? Aligns it with the learning outcomes that it needs to be. Okay. And then comes down to the quiz. So students have an overview from me. They have learning outcomes, their activities discussion board, SimNet simulation, and now they need to take a quiz. Right? In this case, the students are taking the quiz in SimNet as well. They needed to say, kind of provide some blurb. I said, no, separate it. So rationale, why you're completing it, give me the details, give me the learning outcomes. Right? It took me, all between from copying from here, putting it into my Canvas and all that, about, little time to do all that. Alignment in Canvas kind of takes a little bit of time right here. Okay. So prompt engineering is the key to start building it. It will build your memory as to what you're asking for it. Okay. I am an instructional designer at a 2-year urban community college. My audience is ranging from to that, teaching a 200 level nursing course. I need identification of low or no cost readings that align, load up your learning outcomes, and it's starting to always provide you. And it will ask you, let me know if you want to go outside of it or something, right? And what you want to do is when you like something, go ahead and check it. Building that memory is where to go and stuff like that, right?
So it keeps building onto itself.
Exactly, right here, right?
Okay.
So this is kind of my today's one. I'm going to keep it. I'm keeping this, but you notice as much as I work, I don't have anything old because I really didn't need it. So I kind of, get rid of it. I can say create a 5-question quiz, multiple choice, let's say,
Yes, I have done that. I've uploaded
Yeah.
my PowerPoint,
Right.
and I've said create 5 to 10 multiple choice questions, 1
Yes.
Correct answer, 3 incorrect answers. Provide the rationales for all.
Right. Yeah. And incorrect feedback, because the Reynolds or QM design ask you if a student get it wrong, you can guide them to how they can learn about the right answer.
Hmm.
Okay. So it will do that and then export it as a QTI file. Okay. So let's just multiple choice quiz for Canvas, and I would not ask for MQTI. So then, it will do that. And right. So I can go ahead and copy this right here, or I can go ahead and download the file as well. It's just taking a couple times to do it, but yeah, so it will I can say if I'm waiting, QTI file, there we go. I think it's still working on it. So that's nice, giving me the thing right here. 5 points. So this is behind the scene. That's how, Canvas reads it. But so yeah, so this is kind of, keep defining the prompt, fine tuning it, and it will learn what response you want. Of course, check everything twice, right? I do want to show you, Officer Polton, that may be of the benefit to you, another tool. And let me open that. And where am I? Right here for this new tab right here. Okay. This right here is really cool. NotebookLM, right?
I was going to bring that up. I just learned about this yesterday. I haven't really gotten into it yet, but I was just going to bring this up.
Yep, it's beautiful. I use it. Okay. It needs the PDF file of your PowerPoint, of the whatever it may be. It doesn't read Word documents. It can read the Google slides if you put the link in, but no PowerPoint, right? So right here, you can create a new, and that's when you can upload it. But if we go right here, let's say for the first one that I did, once you put it in here, these are the choices you have, right? You can create an audio overview. It's two people talking to each other about the content.
So a podcast.
It's not like reading one person and after 2 minutes, I'm like, this voice does not sound like human. I fall asleep, right? They are talking. This is really great if you have your syllabus or if you have the PowerPoint slides that you want to be accessible, if you're creating accessible, right? So this will create it. It takes about, a few minutes. You can close it out, go back, and it will be working behind the scene and have it be ready for you. You can create a study guide. Officer, if you're working on a project or something, or, if you need a briefing doc of this research paper, like a summary of it or abstract, you can create a briefing doc for it.
Yeah, that'd be really useful. Thank you.
Yeah. You can create a timeline. If you have some sort of research topic that means the timeline is starting to now, it will extract that. And the beauty of this is that it only works for what you uploaded. So you already verified that. So you don't need to go back and verify it again, unlike the Chat GPT or Gemini and all that, because they'll give you all kinds of wrong information, right? But this, you already have these PowerPoints. You already wrote that paper. You already wrote that syllabus or whatnot, right? So this doesn't need to go back. It doesn't add anything to it. It only takes your information and summarizes it. FAQs, if you're for your profession, you've got this memo you got from the chief and you need to present it to your rest of the officers. FAQs, what's question you have here? These are what I came up with. Now you bring me something, right? So that may be a good one right here as well. So in timeline is great, when we teach biology or something, how things develop. FAQs is really good when I get something from someone else and I said disseminate to everybody, and then I'm like, okay, let's address the most questions that can be. A study guide is really good right here. And once this come up, and I'm going to pull up for us to listen at the end, is two people talking. It's like it gets my attention, and it's really good in personal life. Like if you have, if you're busy and you get this I don't know, from your children, school, field trip here, you got to go here and you really don't have time. Upload it here, download the file on your phone on the way to listen to it. Who the money goes to for the field trip, and who's going to pick up your child, and which building you need to stop, all those little details. It works really good. So NotebookLM, become good friends with. It is really good.
It sounds like a game changer.
It is. So these kind of things I provide to my students right here for every module. Okay. If I just finished writing a research paper right there too, and the briefing doc, I'm talking about the research paper or defending my thesis or presenting it to my peers. Hey, this is a brief synopsis of that. My paper, I don't have time to go back. And if you really don't have time, create the audio of that on the way to listen to it. You got it in your head. What you gonna talk about in the car? You know, and he can adjust the timing of it. You want it 20 minutes or 5 minutes, and how fast you want it to go. So a student can adjust it the way they want to listen to it. I go ahead and upload that, and I ask the student to listen to it. And as soon as, like, I was literally, I dropped my child off and I went to work, and coming to my class, I listened to it. Like, great. Okay. My purpose is served. If you know one thing from that, my purpose is served. So between ChatGPT is defining the prompts, you have to train it, following the ethics. Try not to keep building it because we do get confusing and we don't want to just heat up everything, as well as NotebookLM. I think it should make the life a little bit easier, or it's simplified and streamlined, I must say. Right? Yeah. So let me go, and I'm going to pull up my Google Drive for one of those files. Is, and I put them in Google Drive, and I don't put them on my phone because, again, phone is going to get a lot of things. So I have made a folder of all my drives, the audio files, and I put them in Google Drive. And the Google Drive is, link is on my email. So I just kind of open it on the way to work, listen to it, whatever, or however that I need to listen to it. So that way you're not taking up a space on your devices that may be hard to come by. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off my sound on the Zoom so you all can listen to it.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Yeah. You sent over this chapter from Nestor's Microbiology, the latest textbook. The 2024 edition, yeah. Yeah, and it's packed with some pretty amazing stuff. It is. For example, did you know there's a system where they can identify a microbe in like less than 15 minutes? I believe it. It's mind-blowing. How did they get to that? Let's set the stage. It's gonna be tough, right? Like, how do we even begin to organize this industry? It's easy to forget that identifying these tiny items wasn't always so accessible, right? Into my usually organism. Okay. Millions of those, but you can't read the titles. Not books. Exactly. Some of those are really not just against.
So what do you think?
I like it. I'm going to try it out.
Yeah, right? The book part and all that, it's sort of added on its own to make that comparison of classifying the organisms, right? The students are going to remember two people talking. It helps with the pronunciation as well. Again, that is something you just want to listen one time before you disseminate that it is saying the nursing terms and things, right? It will more than likely, unless it's a brand new term. But that 5 to 10 minute audio file checks off the accessibility box as well. I think it's great.
Now, do we have to worry about this going out into the universe like we do like regular ChatGPT? Like I would never put like a student's name on there, but say like if we wanted to make like Miss Gunn, she does these informational sessions about the nursing program. And as you're talking about this, I keep thinking, oh, that would probably be a great thing. She could make like a FAQ sheet and it could go over it in a podcast form.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, you put it in your Google Drive, right? You give them access to it. Okay. And they can listen to, if you don't want them downloading and stuff, you can just restrict that as well, especially if you put it in OneDrive. You can restrict, they can only view, not listen. Actually, I helped one of your nursing faculty the other day when we had the tornado drill. They were right beside me. They wanted a file to only be accessible, not be downloadable.
Okay.
Only up to a certain date, right? So after that date, nobody can access, nobody can download. So if you want me to just, if you have something you're thinking, hey, create something like this is what I'm looking for, send it my way and I'll create something, send it your way and see if that's what you're looking for, right? Keep tweaking it until you're happy with it and then you can run with it. Same for you, officer, with your graduate school, looking for some research paper, something like that, presentation. There are other tools like Pear Deck, like Google Slider. They will make the slides of your PowerPoint presentation as well.
Oh, cool.
ChatGPT will do it. Create 20-point slides with the instructor notes, provide the images. Now, images are a little iffy because it says if they're licensed somewhere else, you cannot download, right? And I just say only Wikipedia images. So, and then you can download it, review one time, great, make changes, and then you're ready.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Okay. So yeah, so you know how to reach me. I really, really appreciate you both reaching out. And please, I'll send my email a little follow-up anytime. If I can sit down and be of any help, please let me know.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
This was very helpful.
Alrighty. Good to see you
This is
both.
good.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Be safe,
Bye-bye.
officer.